everyone else. Ernest. You sit like this. You see your name up. That's where you sit. Mark, say when. You good to go? Okay, great. Thanks for showing up tonight. This is the press conference for Friday night's fight, September 14th. There's a number of boxers who haven't made it here yet, but we're going to continue to move on. Friday night, we're going, this is the first time I'm doing something new with Facebook Fight Night Live, so anybody around the world will be able to watch this fight live on Friday night. So it's going to be a great opportunity for those who want to see fighters that they don't get a chance to see. There's a couple fighters that we have from different states that they won't be able to make the travel here and purchase tickets to watch the fight. So they'll be able to tune in on Fight Night Live and watch the fight on Facebook.
Is that under King's Marshall?
Under King's Promotions is also Fight Night. Also, we have a great lineup. As always, I always try to bring a great lineup of fights. As I go through them, you'll see what I'm talking about. We have a kid from DC, Shinga Tazabe, who's 6-0, going up against a kid from North Carolina named Virgil Winfield, who's 1-0. That's two undefeated fighters fighting each other. Looking forward to a tough 4-round bout there. Then we move on to another 4-round bout. A kid who's been on the road, Christopher Burgos from Philadelphia. The kid started out 0-2, and then he's won his next 2 fights. But in those 2 fights that he lost, I personally felt he won those fights. So he's going up against a pro debut kid out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, named Bernardin. First name is James Bernardin. So they're fighting in another 4-round bout, which should be pretty exciting. James Bernardin was a Golden Gloves Central Division champion, so that should be a pretty entertaining bout. Then we move on to another bout, which is Jared Minor right here in Philadelphia. Jared seems to always be in these tough, rugged fights where it seems as though he wins the fight, but the judges don't see it that way. The last fight he fought for me at the Sugar House Casino, he took and dropped the kid. I personally thought he won the fight easy, 3 rounds to 1, plus with the knockdown. And here they scored for the other kid. So I was totally shocked. But he's trying to rebound from that. He's with a great management team in Pivot Boxing. And so he's going up against another kid who's 2-0, named Alejandro Jimenez. And that should be a pretty entertaining bout. Jimenez comes with a huge crowd. Probably bring about 100 to 200 people to watch him fight. So that should be a pretty entertaining bout itself. Whenever you have 2 guys who have very competitive, very similar records, it always makes for a great bout. Whether they're opponents fighting each other or whether 2 guys on the rise. Then we have a kid, Dayon Butt, right here on my far left. He'll be making his pro debut as well. No, he's 1-0, I'm sorry. He's 1-0, he'll be fighting a kid named Anthony Smith from Fresno, California, who's 1-2. And this is the first time Mr. Butt's been on the card with me. So he'll be available for some questions after I'm done going through the bout lineup. Then we have another kid from DC, Keyshawn Williams, who's a big amateur. He's now currently 2-0-1, and he'll be going up against Fahad Fatula, who's 1-1 from Salt Lake, Utah. So that's another 4-round bout at welterweight. So that should be a pretty entertaining bout as well. Then we have a kid that I cannot talk enough about, but not quite yet. But we have another kid from Reading, PA, by way of Dominican Republic, named Yuri Andujar, who's going up against a local kid who I know people are very high on, Christian Figueroa. And that fight should be pretty entertaining. Andujar is tough, rugged. He'll be right in Christian's face. And so I'm looking forward to that fight. It's going to be pretty entertaining. And that's at 126 pounds. Then we have a kid to my far right here who's a 3-time Olympian. Not many people get the opportunity to be a 3-time Olympian. And he did that for a country called Tajikistan, which is right next to Kazakhstan. And kid's very talented. He's only got 4 professional fights, and he's managed by Bill. And so he's got a tough task in front of him. Tough Mexican kid from Mexico named Angel Monreal. And so that's going to be an 8-round bout. And so I'm excited to see what that is. So you have a kid with 4 fights going up against a kid who's got 20 fights. Anwar just fought 2 weeks ago in North Carolina against a kid 28-6 and stopped him in the 4th round. So kids is a real deal, and I'm looking forward to it. And when people ask me, well, who does he fight like? Of course, he fights a lot like Lomachenko. Great footwork, great boxing ability, and good punch as well. Then we move on to our co-feature, which is really the most rounds of the night. This is going to be a very entertaining bout. This bout really should be on national TV, which we will have on Fight Night. But Terrell Williams, who is currently 16-0 with 13 knockouts, going up against David Grayton, who's 15-2 with 11 knockouts. So it's going to be a pretty entertaining bout. David Grayton's fought for me a couple of times, so I know what David brings to the table. He's aggressive. He's a southpaw. I've seen Terrell fight on TV, and he brings it. He's tall. He's rangy. He can punch. So it's going to be an entertaining night, and so I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited to have him on the card. He's all the way from Los Angeles, and so it's going to be very exciting. Then we move on to our main event. Our main event of the night is local fan favorite Brandon Robinson against Ernest Amuzu. And so you have a great matchup. Ernest Amuzu, all the way from Alabama by way of Guyana, and he is currently 24-3, and with, let me get this right, with 22 knockouts. And so when I presented this to Team Robinson, they didn't question it. They said, "Yeah, we want the fight." You know, the kid has a slew of fights compared to Brandon. Brandon's 10-1 with 7 knockouts, and so it's going to be a very entertaining fight. You're going to have once again 2 punchers in the ring, letting it all hang out, and so make sure that you get tickets. We have a few tickets left because, as I said, we have a fan favorite here who sells a ton of tickets, as well as Christian Figueroa and a number of other guys that are going to pack the house. So the mic is open. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'd like to thank Roger for giving us the 2300 arena here. I'd like to thank the Holiday Inn where we're staying at. And so it's going to be a great night of fights. Any questions? Any questions? Go ahead.
I got a question for Ernest Amuzu. Out of your 24 wins, how many wins do you have in the United States?
Thank you. Thank you for all of you being here. I'm glad to be here as well. Thanks to everybody that made it possible, my coach, promoter, and everybody. Thank you.
This is American debut.
This is I would say I'm American myself, though I'm from Africa. We're living in the world, yeah? So I'm from everywhere, but I've never fought in America before.
Notice that southern accent.
You stay in Alabama long enough, you'll pick it up.
I was in Carolina.
Dayon, you have anything to say?
Right.
You ready? Who's your trainer? Who's that? Chino's a great trainer. Very good trainer. Any other questions out there?
Then you got the Bill Bell's fighter, Anbar. He had a pretty good amateur background.
Yes. Bill, how many amateur fights did Anbar have?
200 amateur fights, 3 losses.
What happened to those 3 times? I mean,
Hey, everybody lose. If you don't lose, you don't learn nothing.
even Triple G lost. You know?
Bill, does Anbar have anything to say?
You know, speak that.
No, he can speak in Spanish. He can speak in Russian, he can speak in Puerto Rican, whatever he wants.
You just want to fight anybody best in the world. Couple more fights, you're going to fight
Now, he's from Pakistan or Kazakhstan?
Tajikistan.
Pak, T-A-K, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna be world champ, he's gonna be first from this country.
Good.
But he love USA, he don't wanna go nowhere. He's the best ever happened to me. He get here and he get involved with Marshall.
Okay.
Marshall do pretty good job.
Keep away from the women.
He have woman in Russia.
Okay.
He don't have woman here. I watch. I have this woman.
Mark, do you have any questions? Do you have any questions?
For such a step up for Brandon.
What's your name, sir?
One punch card.
Simon, okay.
Yeah. For such a step up for Brandon Robinson, why wouldn't no type of title or belt put up?
There is a title on the line. His UBF title.
Oh, he's defending his title.
Yes.
Since the Pennsylvania student title was he not from Pennsylvania?
Correct.
That was taken out of his league. Why wouldn't like another belt put up, like, since he's defending like a USBA, because I mean he's definitely questionable, a strong enough opponent for
Oh, without a doubt.
yeah.
It would have to be 10 rounds, and a couple of the organizations like USBA and things of that sort where he's rated did not approve of it because he hasn't had any USA fights. So should he be victorious on Friday night, then he's in line to fight for some titles.
Wow. So it's like eliminated or about.
You have to prove yourself in the United States.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Mark.
Corelli, you excited to be fighting in Philadelphia, which is known as a big fight town?
Oh, it's a blessing. Hospitality is great. Thank you for the compliment. If y'all hear me, thank you for Coach John Pullman. Thank you for JP. Just feel good, ready to go. Shake the cobwebs off and get back in the ring and do what I do. I'm excited to get back and enjoy myself.
Are you from LA all the time?
Yeah, Los Angeles. Yeah.
You running a Triple G out there?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
You should ask Triple G if he
That's about 2
ran
hours
into
away
him.
from me.
What?
You should ask Triple G if he's ever run into him.
I like it though. You're from Upper Darby, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You lost your first, and you won 10 straight.
Yeah.
That's good. You're gonna stay at 68?
We can make 60, but we can stay at 68 for right now.
That'll be comfortable there.
We can make 60.
Now, Defeer Smith is usually the best guy out of Upper Darby. Have you ever sparred with him?
Yes.
Okay. Outside the get past the jab, it's all over, right?
Pretty much.
Good luck.
Anybody else?
Got a question for Brandon Robinson. What's your predictions for fight night on Friday?
I'm gonna stop him.
Short, sweet, to the point. Fight day.
I train like a world champion this weekend. Yeah, and my team, we believe that if you train like a world champion in the
Question
gym, you can win your
for
fight.
stay on. You have a couple of your stablemates, Jason Sosa and Kevin Farmer, with Keenan or what. How and Chris Diaz in this local world title, being around them, how much of what their experience has rubbed off on you?
Save you right here, work with them and bring you up here within a week. So I'm like a sponge, whatever I pick up on little things. So work with them brings you down to it.
Yeah, I didn't mention that this young man to the left of me is in a stable of some great fighters. Tevin Farmer, who's now currently a world champion. Jason Sosa, former world champion. And that's just a few. There's many more that Chino has the pleasure of training. And like I said, he's with a great trainer who has the passion to train people and has a great team around him. And I admire that about Chino. And you're with a good group there. Anybody else?
A question for Amuzu. Have you done anything different in your training camp for this fight, for your American debut?
Yeah, I would say fighting in America is always a big dream for some of us in Africa. So I would say, yes, I did.
You know Dogbo? Dogbo?
Dolby.
Is that his name?
Dolby.
He
Yeah.
said, if you're gonna ask a question, say it right.
Good place.
He said he trained out of the same gym with him, he taught him everything, he said.
You taught him?
He taught him.
Okay.
Amuzu taught him. Amuzu's older.
Good
That was
place.
from the same town as well.
Anyone else? Any of you guys like to say anything? Terrell?
We're rolling Friday night.
Let's get a picture, guys. All right, short and sweet. Short and sweet, like the fight. Just the fighters now.
Woof. Woof.
Terrell, say
Yeah, gorilla.
Gorilla cool. Welcome to the U.S.
no, just get everybody together, just the fighters.
Welcome to the U.S.
Too small.
Hey, get a picture. You got it, Mark? Very good. All right, thank you, gentlemen. Tomorrow, 5 o'clock for the weigh-ins. Yes. In the back, Chino.
Take the face off here. It's all right.
What do you need?
Face off, show. Face off one more time. One more time. Just for
That's the big boy, Amuzu. I'm hungry, guys, everybody. That's the big dog right there.
Let's go, gorilla.
good thing.
Big dog yard. Here's the big dog yard. Puppy.